Ram, don't see him as a religious person because he never said, I'm a Hindu. I want both the Hindus and the Muslims to remember, Ram never claimed he's a Hindu. Did he ever say, I'm a Hindu? Not because he's a Hindu, not because he's this or that. When we say Ram Rajya, we mean to say a very just and fair state. And that's what we want to make out of India. Now Babur. Babur is the third generation after Genghis Khan. This Mongol empire, Mongols, slowly the word Mongol became Mughal in India, it's Mongol. This Mongol empire expansion for a period of 90 years to 100 years killed over 40 million people.
Oh my God.
40 million people. Of those times, it was nearly 10% of the world's population.
Yes.
Understand? 10% of the world's population. They killed not with a nuclear bomb, with swords, very energetic people. I'm saying it takes a lot of activity to kill 10% of the world's population, isn't it?
Yes.
Just with swords and spears. So wherever Genghis Khan went, he made a rule. All the males, wherever he conquered, all the males who were above the height of a cartwheel. Those days, the height of a cartwheel, which went with the armies, was always about 38 to 39 inches, about that much. Anybody who is above that height was killed. And then it is a practice of the Mongols to pile up all the severed heads into a big mountain. So the women were taken as slaves to service the soldiers, or they were sold in various markets across Middle East, Europe, everywhere they were sold. So they spread like this. After Genghis Khan came Taimur-Lang. Taimur-Lang bore Babur. Taimur-Lang came right up till Delhi, his empire. Then Babur came. Taimur-Lang is supposed to have killed 17 million people.
Oh my God.
In the cruelest possible way. What happened to the men is compassion. What happened to the women is another matter. I don't want to go into the descriptions. It is most terrible things happened to them. When Babur came, this is also the time of Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak, a very totally peaceful, non-reactive kind of human being, a realized being, said, a messenger of death has come. And in Guru Nanak's own words, it is said, I'm paraphrasing, he said, he killed thousands of men wherever he went. In any town he went, kill all the men, burn the town down, capture the women and children. Women were brutally raped always in public because it's not just a rape, it is a lesson for everybody. And in thousands, Babur sold the Hindu woman in the markets of Kandahar and Kabul in thousands. Fortunately, he lived only for 4 years in India. He died. So the legacy of Babur should be erased from this country in every way.
Yes.
Above all, nobody should ever identify the present generation of Muslims with Babur.
Exactly.
Because the atrocities that he was, he did not commit atrocity, he is an atrocity. Genghis Khan was not killing for religion, it's just power and conquest. Taimur-Lang also largely conquest, slightly a religious tinge came. But Babur used the religious connotation very strongly and it gave him more power to kill because he thought he was doing jihad. Many times he ransacked Muslim towns also, Muslim populations also he killed. So he used religion very conveniently, according to his convenience. So him building mosques is not out of piety, not out of devotion, not for prayer. it is also an establishment of power. Whether it's a Hindu temple or a Jain temple, everything he broke. One prominent Jain temple he destroyed because in the cave what they had carved, the figures were naked. So he made sure the entire thing is destroyed. So this man and his legacy should be forgotten. Nobody should identify themselves with that.
Yes.
Because that is not going to lead to a good future. And nobody should do the crime of identifying present-day Muslims with this man. Because he is not a devout Muslim by any standards. He is not a devotee of any kind. He is a tyrant of the worst kind who very powerfully used the name of religion to impact wherever he went. It gave him a new level of authority which Genghis Khan did not have because they did not use religion for conquest. So, these atrocities have happened. We should not forget these things. We must remember.
Yes.
But we should not be bitter about these things. We must remember to ensure such things don't happen once again anywhere in the world. But if we create bitterness out of history, then knowingly or unknowingly, we are prone to commit similar atrocities once again. We think a reaction is good. No, a reaction is not any better than dastardly action. It's the same thing. So Babur's legacy must go.
Yes.
Ram, don't see him as a religious person because he never said, "I'm a Hindu." Hello? Did he ever say, "I'm a Hindu"?
No.
He represents this culture as an icon of stability, balance, peacefulness, justice. Wherever he went, he always looked at it, how to give justice to the people.
Yes.
In giving justice to the people that he administered, he put himself through extreme levels of suffering and hardship for himself. This is a man that you need. I want both the Hindus and the Muslims to remember, Ram never claimed he's a Hindu, but today he's an icon in this country. Everybody should look up to such an icon because he is exuding the right kind of qualities, not because he's a Hindu, not because he's this or that, because he's exuding the right kind of qualities which are necessary to build great civilizations in this world. And in many ways, the time of Rama became a kind of a fulcrum to build this civilization in the 6,000 years. This is why even during the freedom struggle, Mahatma Gandhi went on referring to Ramrajya. The best administered and a just, absolutely just state means Ramrajya. Even today, when we say Ramrajya, we mean to say a very just and fair state, not an exploitative state, not a tyrannical state. And that's what we want to make out of India, that it's a just and fair state to everybody who lives here, not a tyrannical state.
Yes.
So for that you need Ram.
Ayodhya is an old city in India that is also called Saket. It is famous because it is connected to a very important story called the Ramayana. The story is about a great person named Lord Rama and his father Dasharatha. Ayodhya used to be a very rich and safe place with lots of people living there. Many famous kings ruled the city like Ikshvaku, Prithu, Mandhata and Rama. Later on, another city called Shravasti became the main city of the kingdom. Some people think that Ayodhya and Saketa are the same place, and that's where Buddha lived for some time. In the past, there was a kingdom called Kanauj in a place called Ayodhya. This place was also known as Audh or Aodha. Later on, it became a part of different big kingdoms like the Delhi Sultanate and Jaunpur Kingdom and the Mughal Empire in the 16th century. Ayodhya is an old city that is next to a river called Saryu. It has lots of old things from a long time ago. It used to be called Faizabad. A person named Sadat Khan started the city. It is about 7 kilometers away from Ayodhya. People can visit Ayodhya to see special buildings like Moti Mahal, Gulab Bari, and the tomb of Bahu Begum. A long series of steps was built by a king named Raja Darshan Singh a long time ago on a river called Saryu. These steps are next to a river and have pretty temples dedicated to gods and goddesses like Sita, Ram, and Narsingha. The specialness of the place has made the shrine of Chakrahari and Guptahari even more important. According to a story from Hindu beliefs, a man named Manu started a city called Ayodhya a long time ago. The city was important because it became a capital of powerful family called Suryavamshi dynasty. One of the most famous kings from this family was Lord Rama. In a book called the Atharva Veda, it talks about Ayodhya. Ayodhya is a special place where some important people called Tirthankaras were born. According to the belief of a group called Jains, Ayodhya is a very special place for Hindus because it is where Lord Rama, a very important god, was born. It is considered one of the most important places for Hindus to visit on a pilgrimage. There are many fun events and celebrations in a place called Ayodhya. Some of them are Deepotsava, Ramanavami Mela, Shravana Jula Mela, Ram Leela, Parikramas, Antargrahi Parikrama, Panchakoshi Parikrama, and Chaturdakoshi Parikrama. There are many cool places to go and see in Ayodhya like Ramkot, Hanuman Gari, Tulsi Samarak Bhavan, Sri Nageshwar Nath Temple, Kanak Bhavan, Mani Prabhat, Korean Park, and more. Ayodhya is an old town in India that is very important to Hindu people. It is also known as Audh or Audha and is located in Uttar Pradesh state. The Ramayana is a very important story, has been around for a long time. It's not just for one religion, but for many people. Rama, the main character, is someone that many people look up to because he represents things like being fair and kind. He is a symbol of what it takes to make a good society. Even important people like Mahatma Gandhi used Rama's story to inspire others. It is important to respect and keep this story safe because it is a part of who we are as a group of people. Sometimes people look at old stories and say that they are not fair and certain groups of people or that they show based views of different cultures. They might criticize the characters in these stories like Rama or Buddha and say that they are not perfect. But it's important to remember that these characters are important to many people and have been for a long time. They serve as important symbols for humanity, even if they are not perfect. Rama is a very special person because he acted in a really good way, when many other rulers were not very nice. He showed kindness, made sacrifices, and made fair decisions. He is not respected because he conquered other places. but because he conquered his feelings and stayed strong even when things were tough. Even when we had to do something bad, he felt sorry about it and did not brag or feel happy. He never lost his calmness or become man or revengeful. Even when things were hard, he was always honest and did not use his power in a bad way. He showed others how to live with fairness and being willing to give up his happiness for others. Most importantly, in a culture that values freedom, he represents freedom from being a negative, only thinking about yourself, and being mean. He did not let bad things control his life. Rama is a hero because he lived an amazing life. Not a perfect one. He is called the Maryada Purush because of this. Ramarajya is seen as an ideal because it represents a fair and just country, not a mean or bossy one. We want India to be like that today, which is why this story is still important. On this January 22nd, let us all welcome Rama back to Ayodhya by lighting a lamp and celebrate a Deepavali at your home. Write your valuable opinions about the video in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Pranam.